Welcome back to Persona Q Shadow of the Labyrinth. We're actually in the Labyrinth right now because I actually wanted to show something that people in the comments pointed out to me. I love it when I find out new things about games that I thought I knew so well. So yeah, this is the room where you fight Elizabeth, and as you can see, the door holding FOE is blocking the way out. Now originally I thought you were stuck here unless you used a Go-Ho-M. It actually turns out that's not true. If you go into this corner of the room, there's a vent in the ceiling. If you say climb up, it takes you all the way here. And I guess that means the restroom does serve a purpose on this route. But it's only a one-way path. Does that count as a shortcut? Can I mark that on the map? No, it doesn't even count as a shortcut. So I guess the developers added that in just to make sure that you're never trapped permanently without any Go-Ho-Ms. That's actually really good to know, and ironically, I actually started recording this just a day after I discovered the soft lock picking video series on YouTube, so I guess you can consider that soft lock picking Persona Q Shadow of the Labyrinth. But anyway, here we are back at the base for real this time. So, last time we defeated Elizabeth and did some side quests, and now it's actually time to explore the 4th floor. Floor 4 of a dungeon set in the non-existent Class 4 room. In a culture where 4 represents death, this floor is gonna be bad. So, we'll see how that goes when we get to it, but let me just quickly check the bell room to see if there are any fusions. I think I did quickly check here off camera, and I think I found something, at least. No, still nothing level 36, just Dominion. Do I have anything that can... Nope, not going to make Okuninushi here. I mean, I suppose I don't really need Pyrojack anymore, because I mainly fused it just for the Elizabeth fight. And, I mean, technically speaking, I don't really need Clotho either. I mostly fused Clotho for that too. So, how about you get, I like Meraki for the Phantom Mages and the other enemies weak to fire. And, yeah, how about we keep passing Impure Reach down? Ironic that I'm passing it down to an Angel, but anyway. We now have Dominion, that deck-building game. No, actually, the Angel Dominion. I could try and make Genbu Kaiwan plus Dominion. No, I actually kind of like Kaiwan as it is. Oh. While I'm here, I might want to get a few Disperse Amulets, because they might be really helpful where we're going. As well as, I may actually want to get some Ice Mist. Not a lot, but this may save my life coming up. And remaking Dominion, because last time I actually made it, for some reason my DS crashed. I don't know why. I could fuse Hitokotonushi and get... Let me see. Parvati and Red Rider. I still like Parvati for that Absorb Elect, though, even though she doesn't really have that much in the way of skills. Okay, so, party setup. This is actually going to be very, very important. So, I'm going to set up the party in a very bizarre way. Instead of setting it up for whoever needs experience or whoever's good against the enemies here, I'm actually going to be setting it up as whoever's the fastest. Basically, we're going to be running in this part. We're going to be running a lot. So I want high agility so I can just attempt to escape as quickly as possible on my party and just hope that one of my escape attempts sticks. So Yosuke is going in, Koromaru is staying in. Now, out of everyone else, who is the fastest? Okay, Naoto's pretty fast. Zen and Rei are only slightly slower than she is. Ken's around the same level as Naoto. Akihiko is pretty fast, yet he's going in the party too. And I may also want Mitsuru, even though she's not that fast. In fact, she could benefit from an Edge Luck Reverse in this situation. But mainly for the ice resistance on her. So I suppose we'll go with this party. Also, Gary Stu's pretty fast as well. Yeah, because with the Edge Luck Reverse, Mitsuru's about as fast as Naoto, and she'll have ice resistance. Akihiko, however, is weak to ice, which could be a serious problem. Because we're going to be fighting something that does use Mabufudyne, as well as Mamudo-on, so thankfully Koromaru is good for his resistance to that. If you're playing risky on the P3 route, this point in the game can get incredibly terrifying. And I used up my only homunculus earlier on, and I can't buy any more, so that's just excellent. Okay, so for sub-personas, I've kept you on Gary Stu. On everyone else, I'm really just going for as much HP as possible. Especially on Yosuke, because he's my fastest character and thus my best chance of running, I'm going to be putting most of my HP boosting stuff onto him. And speaking of which, in terms of equipments, Yosuke has the Knight Scale. Basically, I want to protect Yosuke because, again, he's my best shot at running. Akihiko has the Frozen Stone for a chance of blocking his weakness. Koromaru, I've gone with a bit of an interesting item, the Strength Endurance Reverse. Even though it's not a big increase, he doesn't really use his strength all that much anyway, and it gives him a slight boost to his defense. And really, I just want to survive here. I'm not really going for killing power just yet, at least. You've got the Action Vest, the Edge Luck Reverse to make your agility somewhat decent. And, yep, that's all I've gone with. So, before we head in, I'll just say something. If you want to cheat your way out of this floor's gimmick, bring Ken or Naoto with Impure Reach. That's all I'll say for now, but they can easily pretty much circumvent the main threat of this floor without you even having to go through it. But me, I'm going to do this the hard way and the way the game really intends you to do it, so wish me luck, I'm going to need it. Let's save first. So, into the 4th floor. And because I don't know why I keep forgetting this, but map spoilers time, okay? So I'll be showing the full map for this floor in 3, 2, 1. Okay, map gone. I have still censored part of the map because it will ruin the gimmick later of this floor. I want to make sure that I keep that part of the map a surprise. This might seem confusing, but it'll all make sense later. Much later, as that's one of the last things we end up doing in this floor. So here we have more of these scans.
Well...
Well, that's kind of true. Schools are definitely scary in Japan. There is definitely a purpose behind this, but I can't talk about it until much later. Who is this mastermind? Wow, Yosuke is actually not picking on Chie for once.
Yeah.
And again, the investigation team back to, well, investigating things. We've got a school and a hospital, and both are made to be terrifying. That's all I'll say for now. Another one-way shortcut. Don't worry, you'll know when the main gimmick of this floor comes into play. And it's not that. Oh, of course, you're right behind me.
By that FOE. Be careful.
Well, I mean, isn't that kind of the thing with horror in general?
FOE.
There's always something behind you. Festival Drum. You know what? I actually think that item is misplaced in terms of where you obtain it in this game, but I don't want to spoil things for later. Strength +5, though. Normally that'd be great, but I like the accessories that I have on everyone.
I think there's something over there. Let's go take a look.
So that was just a dead end for the purpose of getting a treasure chest. Now, there are a couple of new enemies that can show up on this floor, but we'll see if they do or not. Yep, door's right there. Gotta be careful of that baby, because I don't want to get cornered by the baby. And, yeah, dead end. I am gonna get cornered by the baby.
This will be quite a challenge. I could use more data, too.
Orders, leader?
Okay, I forgot to take Elizabeth off of navigation, but you know what? Theodore got an extra episode of navigation in this part. Let's give Elizabeth a go, and she is dressed as a nurse, so it kind of fits. Anyway, I was hoping you'd shut up. Rainy Brother 1. Apparently, even in the original P4, Rainy Brother 1 appeared later than Rainy Brother 2. But anyway, Rainy Brother 1 is weak to light, dark, and electricity, so yeah, quite a lot of weaknesses. I think you would end up fighting these things if you chose to pull the blue slip of paper earlier on back on floor, I think it was actually floor 2 that was the case. But anyway, let's see, Zionga, well, you have Zionga naturally, but you'll probably be doing more damage with Bolt Link. I probably want a Tentarafu, but Yosuke's back to having terrible luck, so I suppose I could try and... No, I can't even Flame Link to the back row because it is considered a slash attack. Koromaru, no, let's attempt to go for that, and then Mitsuru will... I guess again she'll try and Tentarafu everything. Because I really want that Phantom Master to be Tentarafu.
Seriously?
Got one of them at least, but it's not the one that I wanted to get. Especially since it's the one that I'll be hitting with Bolt Link. Come on, knockdown. Yes, good. Now, depending on how things go, I may get an all-out attack here.
Here I go.
Actually, it's a little unlikely since I only have 3 people boosted. And that was totally pointless. Oh, but I still got it. Nice. Don't think this will kill anything. I'm gonna need to use a Go-Ho-Am anyway. Nice damage, though. Still barely did half of their health. There is a definite possibility that I might have to grind later on, before the next dungeon, I think. I'll have to grind. Yosuke will just attempt a Tentarafu again, I think. Suppose I can try and Mudo on one of them. But in that case, I should be focusing my attacks on the other one.
Time to make my move.
I actually forget what the Rainy Brothers can do. Because all of them got either panicked or knocked down last turn. Uh-oh, you're not knocked down. That's really bad. Okay, hopefully you'll go down before you have a chance to make use of that. And that's another link on the Rainy Brother 1. Yeah, this should be over pretty quickly.
On the rally car. Now it's time to strike.
Yes, it is. It's going to be over right now, actually.
It's over.
And a finish bonus too, and probably, yep, new Persona, thought so. I do prefer this to the Shuffle Time mechanic where it's mostly random, although I think Shuffle Time did give you a higher chance of getting something
dangerous
new.
Here. C'est magnifique.
There's something so dangerous here, c'est magnifique. Did give you a higher chance of getting Shuffle Time if you finish with an all-out attack. I think it was more that just the protagonist had to be the one to finish the fight. You can check this dead end.
What?
So yeah, this is one of those instances where, yep, hope you have Go-Ho-M. Thankfully, I have the even better version. I'll see you back in the dungeon. Okay, here we are back in the dungeon. Let's keep going. There's blood pouring down from the ceiling. That's creepy. Also something that you definitely don't want in a hospital. Oh! This puzzle! This puzzle! I hate this puzzle so much. Let's just note this down for now. So is that it? Plus A, plus B, minus A, plus C, minus D, minus B.
Huh?
This reminds me of a lot of those kanji puns they had to make back in the original Persona 4. I know that one of them, the I conjecture something's up, was originally E kanji, or like good feeling or good intuition.
What's up, punk?
Yeah, here's the thing, it actually is a maths problem, but not the kind that it's implying. It's actually not algebra. I don't actually want to spoil it before it's time, but there is a massive troll move in these hints, and they're a lot easier to understand if you realize something, but I don't want to talk about that yet because it's a bit of a spoiler for what this puzzle ends up actually being.
Yes.
Well, I've already done that. And Kanji actually came up with a smart idea then. I mean, he's not, you know, completely stupid the whole time. Speaking of stupid, though, it would be stupid to be Akihiko and charge into danger right now.
What?
And the dramatic music cut. This is a great example, and I'm ruining it by saying this, but this is a great example of the use of silence in order to create suspense.
My goodness.
And the silence is actually gone, so I can talk now. Yeah, often moments with no music are actually really effective.
Victory against a formidable enemy. This win is especially sweet.
There's the door. We're not going to open it just yet. Firstly, the floor completion chest. And this floor's about as big as the last one. The floors are definitely getting bigger in this game. Expect floors to be this size for pretty much, I was about to say the rest of the game. Actually not, the floors get even bigger. But this is about the minimum size floor you'll see, at least in regular dungeons, for the time being. Yep, the door holder is back, so we can't go that way. And I would highly recommend at this point that you actually return to base and save right now. Otherwise, there's a very good chance that you will lose all of your map progress so far. In fact, I don't even think I need to heal. No, I don't. So, let's save, and then I'll see you back at that door. Okay, in the words of another horror game, stop! Don't open that door! But we have to. So, I'm going to go ahead and use a Disperse Amulet right now, because I really don't want to be getting into encounters going forward. And it begins. First thing that I will say, I am not gonna worry about completing the map for these rooms until we're done with this gimmick. Thankfully, the light switch is pretty close, and you want to turn this on. So,
No way!
it's finally stopped stalking us. Now, it's actually gonna come after us directly.
Ah!
I see.
So, thankfully, we do have a bit of a reprieve with the lights. I will at least try and mark which tiles have light on them. But, this thing right here, you can kind of see its eye glinting. And the song that's playing now is just called, I'm Here. Anyway, just move one space forward. There's a light right there, though, right on where the switch is. And I believe, yeah, that looks like there's another light. No, there's another light 2 spaces ahead of me. So I'll paint that tile in. It's moving one step at a time, but it won't come into the light. However, light won't keep you safe for too long. I think you can only just barely see it now. Yep, you saw that correctly. It can move 2 spaces for your 1, if it is not blocked by light, though. So the only reason it was only moving 1 space per step last time was because it was blocked by light. Yep, as you can see, it can move 2 spaces every time you move 1. Thankfully, we're ahead of it for now, and like I said, you do not want to try and 100% complete these
Okay,
rooms.
looks like we got away from the FOE.
Yet. Yosuke, I'm so sorry, but you spoke too soon.
Watch out. An FOE is heading towards us.
Yep, this FOE can actually go through doors. This is the clever girl FOE that I was talking about before. But, yeah. Can actually do that. I think you go through this door next.
Good. It's not chasing us anymore.
Yosuke, stop deluding yourself. This thing's gonna keep chasing us for quite some time, actually. And I believe this is the room where you kind of have no choice but to get caught by this FOE, because I don't see any way for you to avoid getting hit by it. Yeah, it's getting way too close now. Unless you head through this door, which I think just takes you in a big loop. There is another door up there, but we can't actually get through that without this FOE following us. Now, I don't think gathering from a power spot counts as an FOE step, though I could be wrong. Okay, bloody chart. We do need these for some items. Should I? No. Okay, yeah, I already got a bloody chart, which is the rare item, and I would run into another Fate Seeker if I got an ambush, and we don't want to run into a Fate Seeker here, because then that thing could decide, hey, can I be in this battle? Yep, here it is. In the words of that Persona 4 comic, and then there was a wacky chase scene.
Huh? Looks like the FOE isn't coming after us anymore.
Akihiko, you're wrong. It is a bit weird how your teammates still say things like that, but anyway.
Good. It's not chasing us anymore.
Yosuke!
Look out! We're being chased by an FOE.
Oh, great. Okay, yeah. Getting into encounters during these segments is
There are
bad.
3 powerful
That's
enemies.
why I actually
I'm sure
brought as
you're
many
up to the
fast characters as I possibly
Your
could.
orders, leader.
Because annoyingly, we don't actually have any access to, like, there is an item that acts like a Pokédoll in Pokemon that lets you automatically escape battles. We don't have access to it yet, so I just like to bring as many fast characters as possible and just try and run from encounters as quickly as I can, because otherwise, this thing will join your fight, and yeah, I actually don't think it is possible to get through this room without getting into a fight with this FOE at least once. So I'm kind of glad that I got to show the terrifying true form of the dolls earlier, because you're pretty much forced to see it here whether you like it or not. This one's red, though.
Now this is a formidable opponent. A toast to your courage. Perhaps.
Dude, we definitely gotta get out of here!
Yosuke is right. This is the old doll. This thing has Mamuron, Mabufudine, powerful physical attacks. It is weak to certain physical elements, but that's not really much of a consolation. This thing is one of the most powerful FOEs we've encountered so far. You want to run because it's very easily capable of party wiping you if you try and fight it. Unless, remember when I said earlier on in this dungeon that the FOEs here hating light had a double meaning? This thing is not immune to light. It only resists it. That's why I said Ken and Naoto can easily cheese the gimmick of this floor. If you want to, you can bring in Ken or Naoto, preferably with Hammer on and Impure Reach. And Hammer on this thing, and if you get lucky, it will die in one shot and you won't have to worry about it chasing you. But, like I said, I'm going to do this the way the game intended you to, so I'm just going to have to run. I'm treating this like a Crash Bandicoot chase sequence. It is freakishly fast, too. Okay, good. We got away from it. I want to heal after every fight, though. Thankfully, going through a door resets the FOE's position.
That FOE seems to have given up. Guess it didn't have the guts.
I'm sorry. This is like that horror, like, it's kind of another horror trope where you're like, good, we've outrun the monster, and then it's right behind you and it kills you. People in the comments have been saying that if this was an actual horror movie, Yosuke would probably be the first to die, and I kind of agree.
We're being pursued by an FOE.
This room I remember being quite annoying. As you can see, it's right up against us, and it will try and cut us off. There is another light right beside us, though. I think going here is probably for the best, because we can make a dash for the next light that way. Yep, it will go right up beside us, but now we have another light. Yeah, as you can see, it is really trying to cut us off here. But there's a light here, and that means we can take refuge behind this light. Except, nope, yet it's blocking the way to that entrance. So we can't actually go that way. We need to lure this thing around until we get to a position where we can escape through that door. Okay, good. It won't actually attack us on the light. Okay. Where are you going? Nope, you're blocking that spot now. Oh, no matter where I go, it's going to block the way to the door. Yeah, this is a bit of a tricky puzzle. I've kind of forgotten how to get through this area. Can't move down, obviously. Aha! I think I have actually been able to leave the room. There we go. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about.
Huh?
I will say, though, the way that we actually deal with this FOE, and this is another reason why I don't want to instant death it with lights, is insanely cool. I love the way we end up solving this puzzle, so I'm really looking forward to showing that.
We're being targeted by that FOE.
Boy, this is
Be
bad
careful.
because there's no light in this room yet. Uh-oh.
I found a switch.
Okay, lights are on, but will that save me? It will, because there's actually a light directly in front of me. No, I'm standing in light. But thankfully it means we've cut off this thing's pursuit route for a little bit. There's a light
There's a
switch here.
You gonna press it?
Don't really know why we want to turn the lights off while it's following us, though. Now, I can't go through here, but as you can see, it's a little bit blocked. Because it can't actually pursue us into this hallway. There's a light here, and a light where that switch below is. So, yeah, like I said, as long as we're in here, it can't get us. Or, it can't get into this area. Think about that for a little bit.
Huh? Look, there's a switch over there.
However, the moment that we're out of that area, it's coming right back after us. And we're safe again as long as we're in here.
There are 3 powerful enemies. I'm sure you're up to the task.
Your order, leader.
Okay, that encounter's out of the way. I wanted to get that out of the way here. Is my disperse... No, my disperse amulet is not in effect. Let's just go ahead and use that again, just in case.
I've confirmed a switch up ahead. Should we go press it?
I found a switch.
I'm gonna turn the lights off now. Don't worry, I do have a plan. Yep. It couldn't get into that area, which by extension means that if we turn the lights off, lure it into that hallway, and turn them on, it can't get out either. So, yeah, we've trapped it. We don't have to worry about it anymore.
Huh?
It's stuck.
C'est magnifique.
We've beaten it only temporarily, though. It will unfortunately be back if we return to this floor. And because of that, it's absolutely imperative that you open that shortcut right there. So we're going to actually continue on for a little bit. Lights are on, so yeah, it is still stuck. It'll try and just thrash around in that area as much as it wants, but it can't get to us anymore. So yeah, we can feel free to explore this room as much as we like now. Because it's indeed totally stuck.
Can we check out that wall over there?
Unfortunately,
about
this
it bothers
shortcut
me.
is one way. And you don't want to use a one-way shortcut here. This is the door that it was holding before. Yep, as if that thing wasn't bad enough, we also have a baby to deal with. That's kind of a troll move, however, this baby is really
It's
not
a switch.
that hard to
I'll leave
escape.
it to the leader whether or not to press it.
Oh, there was this light switch back there. Alright, the baby is trying to cut you off, but thanks to the lights, it's not going to do a very good job of it. Okay, come on, we're almost out of here. Because once we're through this door,
Good work.
the chase sequence is over. I still, this is one of my favorite puzzles in the game, just realizing that you can trap it between two lights so it can't chase you. That's just such a satisfying way to, quote-unquote, defeat that FOE. Like I said, it's not really defeated for good. We will actually have to come back here and fight it. Also, nice deadpan snarker comment there. I think at this point, his academics is almost maxed. Really?
There may be only one, but it is quite powerful. I wish you luck.
I've got this!
Hello there, Fate Seeker. Nice to see you again after I've outrun that FOE. Let's see. I like to cripple you with things like Lethargy Circle, but I will also like to go for Frost. Yeah, let's try and cripple it first. And now I can actually try and panic it. Couldn't before because of Curse, but I can now. If nothing interesting happens for the rest of this fight, I'll cut here, but if this thing does go down pretty quickly, I'll still end up showing it. We haven't really shown a lot of fights in this part, I don't think. But yeah, I guess I can go over how it's sort of a classic horror trope to have something built up, or particularly in horror games, to have something built up all the way through an area, staying in the background but never directly threatening you, and then eventually it starts attacking you directly.
Yes, it's so low that it's disappointing.
Like, have it finally start actually chasing you later on. There was actually something in a game that I played as a kid that really did genuinely used to terrify me, but it's actually... I know it's not that bad at all now. Sometimes once you actually know what's coming... I mean, often the build-up to something is much scarier than the actual... I can actually show off Summon Ghost now. It's an almighty attack that requires circles, like its description says. It does a decent amount of damage, I think, and there are skills that boost the power of these. But yeah, what I was saying is that sometimes the build-up and the anticipation towards something coming after you is actually scarier than seeing the thing actually come after you. I do find this sequence genuinely unnerving, having that really powerful FOE chasing you, but, I don't know, there are some games where the actual payoff is a bit disappointing compared to the build-up. And I was saying that there was something that as a kid genuinely scared me, and that is a place in Rayman 2 called the Cave of Bad Dreams.
I missed?
It looks as though the enemy is vulnerable to ice.
I was going to talk about this later when I fought the FOEs of this area, but I guess I can mention it now. I think Koromaru's weapon's poison, so I can't have him attack or I'll unpanic it, potentially. So, at the start of the Cave of Bad Dreams, you encounter the Guardian, who tells you that he'll let you go into the cave and he'll give you a head start, but that he'll be after you, and quoting him, "If I catch you, I'll show no mercy." So, as a kid, that just scared me so much, and in fact, I stopped playing the game right then. At that point, I was kind of in, like, my last year of what you would call elementary school, and I never actually completed Rayman 2 until the DS remake later on when I was a much older teenager. So when I finally got to the Cave of Bad Dreams then, I was just too scared to continue the game as a kid, because I was just thinking, that thought that you're going through this level, and at any time, this guy could be after you, and he could just jump out and kill you, and, like, out of nowhere, and you just wouldn't see it coming.
Perhaps I should use my persona sparingly.
Persona 5 memes. But anyway, yeah, that he could just jump out at you at any time and just instantly kill you. Like, it was just such an unnerving feeling. Then I actually played it, and it turns out that, of course, the point where he actually does catch up to you is completely scripted, and it leads to a Crash Bandicoot-style chase sequence and a boss fight. So really, the eventual payoff was not really all that scary. And once you know that his eventual appearance is fully scripted, the anticipation is no longer scary at all, because you know when he's coming. But do you get my point with that? When you don't know that he's coming, it's just so much scarier. But anyway, that's all I have to say about that. So, Heroic Gemini, I love this skill. There's an even better version of the skill that I love even more. But, I have so many good skills on you. At this point, I'm kind of thinking of dropping one of your links. I like having these two links, but I guess more party members have electric attacks, so... Oh, except the FOEs in this dungeon are all weak to electric, so this could be useful for fighting the FOEs. Oh, it's a dilemma, and I love Lethargy Circle too, and I need both of these too. Heroic Gemini is a pretty cool skill though, especially combined with Shinkuha. I think I'll actually drop Frost Link. And you learn a new skill later on, slightly raises cut attack strength, or slash, which does include links. I've heard reports of people keeping Turdak all the way up into the level 50s, it's that good.
We got away from that FOE.
Finally, Akihiko actually is
Something
making
strange
sense.
about that wall. Let's check it out.
I don't have a Disperse Amulet active, do I? Let me just check something. Is that thing still stuck? Okay, doesn't look like it. I actually could if I wanted to.
We're being targeted by that FOE.
Go
Be
back
careful.
and 100% these floors.
Huh? Look, there's a switch over there. Whew, we managed to get away.
Yep, with this thing gone, I can safely explore these, so I'll be back when I've finished exploring all
There
of them.
may be only...
Well, good thing I didn't go for this last time.
There may be only one, but it is quite powerful. I wish you luck.
It's as big as ever.
Akihiko, please don't say things that could be taken out of context. Okay, that should be all of those rooms fully mapped out. So yeah, that's good. If you want to map out these rooms, you actually want to do it on the same dungeon visit that you trapped the FOE, because if you go Ho-M and come back, and enter this area, the doll will actually come back. So yeah, this is your best time to clear out the exploration of these rooms. But for now, I think that's actually a good place to stop. I wanted to take care of the entire chase sequence in one pass. So, let's use our Go Ho-M more, and I will see you next time for... That is thankfully the only time in this whole floor that thing chases you, so no more doll chasing. See you next time.